Hello guys. So in today's lecture, we are going to talk about types of infection. In previous lecture, we talked about what is infection or what is basic terminology used in the medical microbiology. So today we start with the infection, types of infection. We all know what is infection. It is a lodgement and multiplication of an organism inside the host tissue cell. It is called infection, which is not always lead or always result in disease, but in always disease condition there is a infection. It you must know. Now many types of infection are there in which we list someone. First, it is a primary infection. First entry or initial or first entry of organism into a healthy individual. It is called primary infection. Like pehla pehla pyar hai, just like that first infection. Now second type is reinfection. Infection of the same type of organism second time. It means simply once you infected with the primary infection, you cure that, but after some time it goes again. So it called a reinfection. Same pathogen, reinfection. Now, third type is secondary infection. Now it is something different from reinfection. The third type is secondary infection. Now secondary infection means a patient is suffering from one parasite, suffering from one disease. Now it get infected with another pathogen, infected with another organism. It is called secondary infection. Why this happen? Because in the primary infection, first they are suffering from a disease. So what happened? The immunological power or immunological response goes weak. So what happens? The opportunity organism get attacked and attack them and cause the secondary infection. Now fourth type is a local infection. It happens in the local parts like our throat. It is called a local infection. Now fifth type of infection, it is a cross infection. What is cross infection? A patient. It means it is, when I use this word patient, it means it is a suffering from one disease or one parasite. It got again infected with another from another patient, not from outside. A patient is infected again with another patient or from another organism from the patient. It is called a cross infection. It means cross, right? The sixth is a nosocomial infection. It also called a hospital acquired because it is happened in hospital. Like what happened? You are going to hospital for cure yourself, like you have an infection, but you got another infection from hospital from another patient. Like cross infection happen into hospital. It's simply what means nosocomial infection. Like cross infection in hospital. It means it is a nosocomial infection. Like patient got infection from the hospital, and which is a very acute, a very chronic infection. Why? Because generally, which type of flora or which type of parasite found in hospital? Mainly a resistant parasite. Now we know that antibiotic resistant organisms are very tedious and very hard to cure. This type of organism found in nosocomial infection. Now, seventh type, latent infection, in which organism is hidden. It does not show any infectory responses, but it remains in the patient. So it is called a latent infection. The organism become hidden and cannot detect it. The seventh type of infection. Now, eighth is a atypical infection, in which no manifestation is appear. It is called atypical infection. Now, ninth type, it is a inapparent infection, in which no appear or no clinical symptoms are observed. So that's why the disease cannot be detected. This is a very chronic also. Now, 10th type, it is a physician induced infection, or we can say heterogenic infection. What happened? This is a very interesting thing. We all know that antibiotic is produced, and when new antibiotic is produced, it cannot directly go into the market and publicly sold. So what happened? They just try lots of them, and how they try? So they inject organism or they induce disease in some person, and then try the antibiotic, that it is a curable antibiotic or not, that which dose is curable or not. They found. So it is called a physician-induced infection. This is the 10th type of infection. So this is the types of infection. I hope you understand. I hope you learn. Like the video, share the video to your friends, and stay connected with Ravi's Microbiology. Thank you.